Hey, what's up guys? I'm the T-Bone186 and welcome to the Logosphere, and today's topic is what I'm going to call the Death Clause. I felt that was appropriate. Now, personally, I have a fear of aging. I really don't like death, and I don't like aging because then I'm closer to that. See, so I'm not afraid of death, I'm afraid of aging. So, in other words, right now I'm going to be 18 in October. That makes me damn near a fourth way through my entire life. That's pretty scary, don't you think? And each fourth of your life gets harder to live because you're getting older. So you're not even going to enjoy those as much. But then you have to deal with the inevitable death of your family. Let me give you an example. If you're in the same age group as me, guess what you have ahead of you? Your mother, your father, all of your grandparents will die in your lifetime. Doesn't that suck? Unless you die before them. That kind of sucks even more because then you're dead. Unless you're religious and believe in spirits. That doesn't really make any sense. Because we're composed of atoms. You ever taken chemistry class? Everything's made of atoms. Which means when our atoms disassemble, guess what? We're no longer there. Our consciousness is caused by a chemical reaction of atoms. But here's an interesting thought. What if you die, which we all will, fortunately, and you think about that your atoms are now disassembled, but couldn't they theoretically become reassembled in that same pattern one day? And if they did that, couldn't that bring your consciousness back? It's an interesting thought that was provoked to me by YouTube user PyroPuncher. I really like YouTube user PyroPuncher. Great LP here. But assuming there's no afterlife, then what the hell does death feel like? I mean, seriously, question yourself on this. If there is no afterlife, and you're not a spirit that just flies out of your body, how can you comprehend dying? Really, you can't. It's like infinity. Can you truly comprehend infinity? No, you can't, because you've never seen it, felt it, been around it. It's like asking yourself to think of a new color. You can't. Or a sound you've never heard before. You can't. Or a person you've never met before. You can't. But this should sum it up quite nicely. You are here right now. The Earth is 6 billion years old. Give or take a couple billion years. I might be a little off on that. But it's billions of years old. And you think to yourself, well, not necessarily, but you might as well think to yourself, I mean, that's Death Clause, that's what the video is called. What was it like before you was born? Do you remember? No, of course you don't. I mean, one would think that you remember 6 billion years, so if you can't remember anything before you're born, before you're alive, what makes you think that you'll know of anything after you die? You shouldn't. Once you die, it's just like before you was born. Absolutely nothing. So, I have a little phrase I'd like to quote Stephen King on this. Come from lust, turn to dust, born in sin. Come on in. I'm the T-Bone186. Don't forget to watch me on Monday Night Raw, East Wing. Peace. Outro.
Circle around and watch my pain. Now be prepared for the final day. Look through the screen to see my world. Subscribe.